Yesterday, members, it was made clear that there is no clear definition of what a state community standard is. We can speculate on what that could mean. Could it mean that we poll Floridians if they think this specific performance is appropriate? Is it pulling random people off the street and asking them? Or is it what the governor says or what the majority party says? There was no clear definition provided to us on what a statewide community standard is. And yes, this bill incorporates the Miller test, but it edits it. It conforms the Miller test to the bill sponsor's preference and provides no clear definition of how it would actually be applied. I also want to mention that we already have restrictions on obscenity. In fact, there's an entire chapter on obscenity, chapter 847. You can look it up. And there's even more strict local ordinances when it comes to sexually oriented businesses. So if those are your concerns, please know those concerns are met. But I also want to stress, as my colleagues already emphasized, our concerns on the what feels like an attempt to specifically censor and target types of art, political expression that focuses on marginalized communities. And I know much of our conversation on the back rows has been the LGBTQ plus community, but let's be clear, this could also impact Beyonce, who on stage could do simulated nudity behind a curtain. This could impact the Taylor Swift concert that many folks already went to this past weekend. It could impact any live performance in the theater, from Kinky Boots to everything else. And so the impact goes way beyond just drag performances, but of course, that is a major area of concern. But one of the distinctions that has also been ignored is that sexually oriented businesses and the concerns that many members of Front Row have brought up are designed to arouse. Drag shows are not designed to arouse. And if you're experiencing arousal, that is a personal matter, not a state matter. And so to that point, the way this bill is written is that it's so broad that it can be interpreted to censor anything you want. And that is not government's duty to do so. We have a First Amendment that is fundamental to who we are as a country and as a state. And to legislate because we find some performances not to our liking, not to our taste, then don't go to it. It is that easy. And of course, I offered an amendment yesterday to emphasize parental rights, to make sure parents can have a choice, at least, for all the reasons I described yesterday. And that was also voted down. So this is not about your concerns for parental oversight. This is purely your efforts to eliminate any type of expression when it comes to marginalized communities because for some reason you find that offensive. And again, if you find it offensive, don't go. And as I wrap up, I want to leave with this, that we're talking about people's livelihoods. You know, in my district, we are home to amazing artists. My community actually is the art district. We have the largest performing arts center in Central Florida, and we have small nonprofit organizations, we have pop-ups, we have drag shows. And I invite you to come to my district and let's have some fun on a Sunday brunch with our queens and kings. I would love to bring you there because I think you'll understand that drag is joy. Drag is happiness. Drag is fashion. Drag is glorious. Drag is lip syncing. Drag is life for so many of our communities. It is what saves people from taking their own lives because they can have an expression that allows them to tell their story. And I just don't understand why you want to stop that. And so, members, please join us in supporting freedom of expression. Join us supporting parents' rights. Join us in opposing this bill. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.